Hello dear students. So today the topic of our discussion is protostomes versus deuterostomes. So what are protostomes and deuterostomes? On the basis of embryonic development, animals can be classified into two groups like protostomes and deuterostomes. Now proto means first and stoma means mouth. So the first opening in protostomes, it develops into mouth, while deutero means second and stoma means mouth. So in deuterostomes, the second opening, it develops into mouth. Or we can say, we can see from this diagram that uh, if the blastopore it develops into mouth, then they are known as protostomes. So what is blastopore? Blastopore is the opening of the gastrula. How gastrula is formed? We know that zygote, it undergoes cleavage, and after cleavage blastula is formed, and blastula it changes into gastrula. This process is known as gastrulation. So the gastrula, it has a cavity which is known as archintron, and the opening of the gastrula is blastopore. So if the blastopore it develops into the mouth, then these animals are known as protostomes, and then anus it develops opposite the mouth. On the other hand, in deuterostomes, this blastopore it develops into anus, and mouth develops opposite the anus. So mouth in deuterostomes it develops from the second opening, while the first opening blastopore it leads to the development of anus, right? So protostomes कौन से animals होते हैं? These are the invertebrates like annelids, mollusks and arthropods, right? On the other hand, deuterostomes are it includes the echinoderms and all the chordates, right? So we are also deuterostomes. So echinoderms and chordates are the deuterostomes, in which the blastopore it first develops into anus and mouth develops later. Now, if we talk about cleavage, then in protostomes the cleavage is spiral, and in deuterostomes there is radial cleavage. So now let's see the other diagram. So in protostomes there is spiral cleavage. Now what do you mean by spiral cleavage? That the top layer of cells, so this is 8 cell stage, in which this top layer of the cells it gets twisted, right? So that the blastomeres they do not lie exactly opposite each other in these two tiers, but they lie in the voids between each other like this. So if there is one layer, then the other blastomeres they lie in the voids among them like this. So this is this is the spiral cleavage, and it is determinate. Determinate means the fate of the cells is fixed at a very early stage, and if you separate these blastomeres at this stage, then it will not lead to the formation of a complete embryo, because its fate has already been fixed that this blastomere it will form this part of the embryo. So all the protostomes they have spiral cleavage and determinate. On the other hand, deuterostomes they have radial cleavage. Radial cleavage means the cells they lie exactly opposite each other, just above each other in their respective tiers. So, and this type of cleavage is indeterminate. Indeterminate means their fate has not been fixed yet. If you separate the blastomere at this stage, then each blastomere can develop into a complete embryo, because the fate of the blastomere in the embryo is not fixed yet, right? So all the deuterostomes they have radial and indeterminate type of cleavage. Now, if we talk about Selum formation, then in protostomes there is Schizocylus coelom. Schizocylus coelom means the coelom which develops by splitting of the mesoderm. So this is gastrula, in which this is ectoderm. This yellow layer is the endoderm and red one is the mesoderm. So this mesodermal mass जो होता है, it splits and it forms cavity which is known as coelom. Right? So protostomes, they have schizocylus coelom. On the other hand, deuterostomes have enterocylus coelom. So enterocylus coelom, it develops from the paired lateral outgrowths of the archenteron. So these outgrowths from archenteron, they will form the coelom. Such coelom is known as enterocylus and it is found in deuterostomes. And this we have already discussed that in protostomes mouth, it develops from the blastopore. So they are known as protostomes, and anus develops opposite the mouth, while in deuterostomes the anus, it develops from the blastopore and mouth develops opposite the anus. So they are known as deuterostomes, and the examples are echinoderms and chordates, while protostomes are the mollusks, annelids and arthropods. I hope this topic is clear to you, and if you have any doubts, please do write in the comment box. Thank you so much, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.